Hello and welcome back to the World of Wool Advent Calendar Spin Along. I'm Jess and this is Piano Spun Fiber Arts, and every day in the month of December, I'm doing it again. And every day in the month of December, I spin a little bit of yarn from the World of Wool Advent Calendar. This is another day that is a little bit out of order. It's going to be just a little bit wonky. Everything should be back in order by tomorrow for the 21st. But for today, the 20th, I am going to open up the fiber here with you in the beginning. I'm going to spin it elsewhere. I'm not going to spin on camera today so that I can get everything done in time. And then I will be showing you yesterday's stocking at the end. So you're gonna get to see everything just a little bit out of order. Today is day 20. It's crazy to be in the 20s already. There's only 5 days left. We're so close. The fiber for today is called Mr. Bingle. This is a name I feel like I know or I should know, but I can't tell you what it's from or what it is, but it does sound familiar to me. The blend is Cormo, Lanc, and Lotus. So Cormo is a blend of Cordell and Merino, not a blend, but a crossbreed of Cordell and Merino. Lanc is a more primitive fiber, if I remember correctly. And Lotus is a fiber that is made from lotus seeds. It is a lot like rose fiber. It's got that very silky texture. So this is interesting. I think Lotus only comes in white. And if I remember correctly, I think Lanc is white as well. So this might be a very white blend, or we might see some light colors as well. Let's see. Very white. Only white. And unlike our last white for day 17, this has a hardier feel and is more white than day 17, because 17 also had airy silk in it, which gave it this kind of golden color for the cheeses for Mises Day. Oh, it is falling apart though. I think that's the lotus. Areas where the lotus is, it's just kind of falling apart. So you can see areas where the Lanc is, where it's just a little bit thicker, a little bit more hardy. And then you can see the shine. That's the Lotus fiber. And we've got this really fluffy Cormo. So I don't know what Mr. Bingle is. I don't know why he's white. Maybe he's made of snow, but let's find out by reading what World of Wool has to say about this blend. Day 20, Mr. Bingle is 50% Cormo, 25% Lanc, and 25% Lotus. It is quite likely that you haven't heard of Mr. Bingle unless you live in New Orleans or possibly Louisiana. We found him. Interesting and definitely not slightly creepy. Mr. Bingle is an anthropomorphic personification snowman who appeared in the window of the Maison Blanche department store in Christmas 1947. He even had his own jingle that played outside the store. According to Maison Blanche, he was just a normal snowman until Santa needed an extra helper and used his magic to give him holly wings as well as proper arms and legs. We decided to focus on the texture and handle of this blend and make something that could be used alongside other fibers or dyed, depending on whatever takes your fancy. The main base of this blend is Cormo, as we wanted something soft to kick us off. Cormo is a wonderful fiber as it has good bounce and handle without being too scratchy. To add some substance and strength, we used Lanc, a fiber which, much like Mr. Bingle, isn't that well known. Finally, we decided that we needed to add a little bit of sheen to a very matte blend, and this came in the form of Lotus fiber, long stapled and with a light sheen to help lift the blend. It will also take dye differently to the rest of the fibers in the blend if you decide to go down that route. I feel like now I have to. I feel like I have to dye the other half of it, right? We'll see when I get to blending what I'm gonna do for this Franken project. I might want another color. So I'll spin this half. And I'll keep this half. I think this is gonna spin really nicely. I already know I like Cormo. I believe I liked Lanck last year. I do wonder how the Cormo and the Lotus are gonna play together because Lotus has a much longer staple length than Cormo. So that might be a little bit of a trick, but I think overall it's gonna be an easy spin. So again, when I come back, I will have the finished yarn from today and our finished stocking from yesterday. So you'll have to stay tuned to see both of those things. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have 2 socks to show you because of the little color mishap. I'm so glad that I waited to get the green because it definitely turned out the way I want it to. And I also have the Mr. Bingle yarn. So let's start with our sock from back on day 18. This was the Shoemaker yarn. This yarn, like I said, is pretty primitive, pretty scratchy, but I do like how well the color and the yarn structure balanced. These haven't been blocked yet, but the color looks really good here with the green against the brown. They turned out really well. And they said that this would be a good sock yarn. My feet are kind of sensitive to being itchy. All of my skin is, so it probably wouldn't be a great sock yarn for my feet, for me, but I can see how it would be really, really hardy and warm. If you're a hiker or a camper maybe, that would probably be a good. And then this one. This is 100% my style, 100% up my alley. I almost can't believe how close in weight and structure the yarn I spun is to the commercial yarn. Look at how incredible that color work on the back came out. They're so well balanced, they're so well contrasted. It looks, I mean, professional. It looks almost machine knit how close they are. And this is just the perfect yarn for me for, I mean, sweaters, accessories. It's got all my favorites in there. It had BFL and Shetland, both of which I absolutely love. So that was day 19. And now we get to look at the yarn for day 20. I think what I'm loving about this is the Lanck. I remember last year loving Lanck. So the thing that's really cool about this yarn, I don't know if I can get it all in frame, is that the stretch is incredible. So this is it relaxed, but look at how far it stretches. And then it'll, look at that difference. I'm not moving my top hand. I know you can't see it, but look at that difference. The stretch, the bounce, the squish is so good. The structure, I love this one. And the Lotus adds just that little bit of shine to this yarn. This is warm, squishy, beautiful. I absolutely adore this. I didn't think that this was a blend I would love just by reading the bag, but I've fallen in love with this. And again, this is soft enough that it could really be an anything yarn. It is next to skin soft. This could be a sweater. This could be hats, scarves, mittens, whatever you wanted it to be. I think it's been such a long time. And let's remember that these two are up here too. It's been a while since I've used red. It's also been a while since we got any yellow, so I'm gonna keep my eyes out for colors that I can use yellow with. I think white is just a little too close to yellow to really be the contrast I'm looking for. So I'm gonna pair this with red, which is gonna be really classic for day 20. And maybe tomorrow for day 21, we'll get something that could be contrasted with yellow. I don't know, we'll find out. You'll have to tune in tomorrow to see. I'll see you then. Bye.